How you doing, Coach Tyronn Lue?
I'm doing great.
Good. How's your team doing, man? Any injuries to update us on? Like PG, that guy, I understand he has a sore groin.
Yes,
Is he
sir.
okay? Is he available to play tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
So he's fine.
He's going to play. Yeah.
Is there any concern on your part that he's playing, he's trying to play too, just because after Wednesday's game, he said that it's really sore?
Well, I mean, if it's too sore to play, then he should, but we checking all the boxes with medical, and of course we're not going to put him in a situation where it's going to be something that is long term, and so he's the one voicing his opinion that he can play and that he's okay. Medical's doing the same thing by checking all the boxes, and so after the day we'll see.
Is that contributing to his shooting?
I don't know. I mean, it could be mental, just thinking about it all the time, and when you're trying to make a certain move, that definitely can play a part, So, we just got to be smart about it. Like I said, he feels good to play, good enough to play. Medical thinks it's the right thing, and so that's what we're going to lean on.
So when you look at trade deadline yesterday, you guys didn't make any significant moves to the roster, but PJ is a guy who was pretty vocal about wanting an opportunity to play, whether it was here or elsewhere. I'm just curious what your conversations have been like with him over the last couple of months, even though he hasn't played leading up to yesterday, and moving forward.
Yeah, we like PJ here, and he'll get an opportunity.
Is it as simple as he'll just get an opportunity eventually? Because he's been pretty frustrated.
Well, that's part of the game. If you're a competitor, you're going to get frustrated, because everybody wants to play, and so, like I said, PJ will be okay.
How does something like that, you prevent something like that from bleeding into the locker room, if that's a concern at all?
It's not a problem.
From your experience, when you're this close to the All-Star break, do teams, players try to get through it, float through it, or they trying to win? Like you guys have 3 games left, try to win these games to build momentum.
Yeah, we want to win these games and build momentum. It's the same thing, at the end of the road trip, versus Atlanta. Like, it's our last game. We know we're going back home. We can, let our foot off the gas. And those guys went out to win the game, And so that's how we feel about these next 3 games. Is, we want to play well going into the break. And so we want to try to win all 3 games.
Ty, are you a believer in Phil Jackson had like the 40 before 20 rule? Like 40 wins before 20 losses kind of signifies you are a contender. I think only 5 teams in the last 45 years who won a title haven't done that. Like, is that like a benchmark to you? That, like,
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
But, I mean, it makes sense.
I told you about that 3 years ago.
I wouldn't listen to you. Yeah.
Y'all hit the mark too, so.
I mean, it makes sense, Like I said, winning, 66% of your games, I guess, going into it. I mean, I never looked at it like that, but I guess it makes sense.
Are there certain benchmarks along the way? Even take wins and losses out. Like, are there certain benchmarks when you get to 60 games, some odd games into a season that, in your mind, you think that team, like they have what you've seen, what you need to see out of them in terms of getting to the level of potentially winning the title? Is that something, like, do you see it by then, or is it something that can be seen even later?
It's something that could be seen later, especially if you make trades or you acquire some different guys on your team. So, I mean, just really how you playing going into April, going into the playoffs is the biggest thing for me. Last 15 games of the season, how we're playing. If we have everything that we want to do on both sides of the basketball, if we checked all those boxes, and we've gotten better to a point where now everything on both sides of the basketball is just efficient, and we're doing it without having to think. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
So along those same lines, you obviously know what a championship team needs to look like during the regular season. Kawhi's talked about that a lot too, just like the level of dominance that needs to be there during the regular season for a championship team. How close do you think you guys are to that level right now?
I mean, we've been playing good basketball, but I think we still got a ways to go. I think on both sides of the basketball. Just continue to keep getting better. Things we've been talking about, we got to get better with. And so they know that, the coaching staff, we know that. And we just got to continue to keep getting better. But we got a little ways to go.
Have you been able to install your entire playbook?
No, sir.
Because, I remember after the trade, you said, hey, we might have to something.
Yeah.
Do you install more after All-Star?
After All-Star break, yeah. We talked about it amongst the team, and just we got to get better. We got to, run more stuff. We got to do different things. And so they'll be ready after All-Star break.
Will you have enough practice on?
Yeah, we'll make it.
Excuse me, I mean, cut you off there, but you've had every season as head coach, a rotation change at this time of the year? What's it like to just not have that after the trade deadline this year?
Yeah, it's good. I think, what we've done since acquiring James and the different rotations, different combinations, and finally get it down where, it works for our team is really good. And so just having familiarity with each other on the floor, I think guys are feeling comfortable in their roles, their minutes, and how we're playing. So to break that up, I'm glad that didn't happen, and so I'm happy with the team we have, the guys we have in the locker room, and we'll see what we have going forward.
Ty, transition defense, you've talked about it quite a bit, about how you guys have to be better because you rank towards the bottom of the league in that. Besides guys just getting back in transition defense, like what are you seeing that you guys can improve on if guys are getting too far below the free throw line, things of that nature?
Raise a shot, the guys out of corners, we got to get back. That's the biggest thing. And then the second thing is just taking care of the basketball. Like, we have a lot of pick sixes. We can't turn the basketball over and allow teams to get out and get easy baskets. We're not fast enough to keep up once we turn the basketball over. So just taking care of the basketball is the most important thing. And then, in the half-court offense, just raise a shot, the guys in the corners, making sure we're giving back, building a tandem.
Thank you.
Yeah.